In today's video, we're going to be ranking the top 20 most talked about credit cards within the credit card space here on YouTube, so that you can understand which ones are actually the good ones to have and which ones are overhyped. Like the first credit card here that I've seen get talked about a lot recently, not particularly because of what the card has to offer, but because of the recent drama surrounding the card, and that's going to be the Apple credit card. Connected with Goldman Sachs, but Goldman Sachs is desperately trying to get rid of, the Apple card gives you 2% back on everything, but only if you're paying with Apple Pay through your iPhone or watch. But if you want to actually pull out the physical card, your cashback would instantly be cut to half at a measly 1%. Additionally, the Apple card offers 3% back on Apple products and select businesses, but without a sign-up bonus offer that 99% of credit cards have within the credit card ecosystem. I would never suggest that the Apple card is a good card to apply for, and because of these reasons, I'm putting it in the trash can tier. But one card that I've seen get talked about over and over again by everyone in this space, but for actually good reasons, is the Capital One Venture X, which is why I'm immediately going to be putting this card into our S tier category, which, foreshadowing here a bit, we don't have that many. The Venture X comes with a standard 75,000 miles that's worth at least $750. That also earns 10x on hotels and car rentals and 5x on flights when booked through Capital One's travel portal, and then 2x on everything else, which I'd argue is definitely way better than the 2% back with the Apple card, as you can earn valuable redeemable miles through the Venture X that can get you a lot more value. Now, the Venture X does have a $395 annual fee, but there's a good reason as to why it's called the free premium travel credit card, and that's because it provides two benefits that completely offset that annual fee. Those being a $300 travel credit that is given to you every single year of owning the card, and a 10,000 miles bonus every card anniversary that is valued to be at least $100 at the minimum, which when combined together completely wipes away the annual fee. On top of all of that, you're getting premium access to airport lounges across the entire world and top tier travel benefits and features that are all packed into this premium travel credit card. And because of these reasons, and because it's probably my favorite credit card out there, this deserves a spot at the very top of the tier list. But not everyone is comfortable with spending $395 every single year to own a credit card, which is why the next card that gets talked about a lot is one that is recommended to all beginners within the credit card space, and that's the Chase Sapphire Preferred, coming in with an annual fee of just $95. The Chase Sapphire Preferred is what I like to call the beginner travel credit card that still unlocks the benefits of having access to Chase's transfer partner list, which has the potential to unlock unlimited redemption potential. It usually comes with a standard 60,000 point offer, but will go up to an elevated 80,000 point offer. However, recently we're seeing a hybrid of a 60,000 point offer plus $300 credit, so hopefully this sets up a nice trend in the future. The CSP earns 5x on travel through Chase Travel, 3x on dining, online grocery stores, and select streaming services, 2x on other travel, and then 1x on everything else. It offers a $50 statement credit each account anniversary for hotel stays purchased through Chase Travel, which helps offset the annual fee just a little bit and comes with other unique benefits. But the Chase Sapphire Preferred is just the tip of the iceberg in what I'd like to introduce as the Chase Trifecta, one of the most popular terms that's talked about here on YouTube. The Chase Trifecta, or any trifecta, is a combination of 3 cards from the same credit card lender that works in a group to earn you the maximum amount of points possible so that you can get the best redemptions possible. But since the Chase Sapphire Preferred doesn't really contribute in terms of earning those points, I'm going to stick it in the A tier and move on to talk about the card that will probably help you earn the most points possible in the Chase Trifecta, and that's the Chase Freedom Flex. The CFF, or Freedom Flex, is a no annual fee card that typically has the standard 20,000 point offer, but will fluctuate from time to time. It helps you earn 5% back on up to $1,500 rotating quarterly categories that you activate, in addition to earning 5% on travel through Chase Travel, 3% on dining and drugstores, and then 1% on everything else. But let's navigate back to the 5% rotating quarterly categories. What does that mean? It means that for each set of 3 months, meaning January, February, March, April, May, June, and so on, Chase will release categories that help you earn 5% for those 3 months. These categories can be extremely useful at times. For instance, just this past year, we had categories in Amazon.com, restaurants, gas stations, and grocery stores. But since it relies on the Chase Sapphire Preferred to unlock maximum value, I'm going to add it to the B tier, becoming our first card there. And speaking of 5% rotating categories, I'm not quite sure who came up with the idea first, but one of the most recommended starter credit cards of all time also has this earning structure, and that's none other than the Discover It Cashback card. The Discover It is also a no annual fee card that also has a 5% rotating quarterly structure that also includes categories similar to those from the Chase Freedom Flex and then earns 1% back on everything else. What's amazing about the card is that it's probably one of the most accessible and easily approved beginner credit cards out there and is one of the most recommended starter cards to begin your credit card journey with. Its sign-up bonus offer is also extremely unique to the credit card space as well, with it stating that it'll match whatever cashback you earn in your first year, meaning the 5% rotating quarterly categories doubles into 10% cashback categories and the 1% category becomes instantly a great 2% cashback credit card. But since it's only for the first year and is also extremely similar to the Chase Freedom Flex, we're going to be slotting it right after the Flex into the B tier. Following the same theme here with popular blue color no annual fee cards, the next card that is talked about a ton is the Citi Custom Cash, which I'm automatically slotting right after the Chase Sapphire Preferred. The Citi Custom Cash is a no annual fee card that has a standard offer of $200 and does one thing and one thing only, and that's earning 5% cashback on your top eligible spending category for up to $500 each month. All you have to do is decide what the card is meant for, which makes it an extremely laid back and uncomplicated card that can be extremely useful for low cost categories that your other credit cards don't seem to offer any value in. One category that has frustrated me a ton within the credit card space, and I'm sure to a lot of people watching this video as well, is the gas category that seems to not be mentioned a lot when talking about earnings potential, which is more the reason as to why the Citi Custom Cash is an amazing card. But one card that I did forget to mention up until this point, and I'd like to argue is the best no annual fee card within the credit card ecosystem, is a card that offers the earning potential of 3% back on dining, entertainment, streaming and groceries, 5% on hotels and car rentals, 8% back on entertainment purchases through their portal, as well as the standard $200 sign-up bonus offer. That's right, it's the Capital One Saver with so much earnings potential and benefits packed into a no annual fee card. It's only right to add it to the S tier alongside the Venture X. And speaking of the Venture X, combining it with the Saver creates the Capital One Duo, which works in similar ways to the Chase Trifecta. Having this duo means that the cash back that you earn on the Saver can be moved over to the Capital One Venture X and potentially unlock even more value by transferring the points out to one of Capital One's 18 unique transfer partners, which I've actually talked about in a previous video, which I've linked above. Now, since we're on the path of talking about amazing no annual fee cards that have amazing earnings multipliers, another no annual fee card that gets brought up a ton is the revamped Wells Fargo autograph card. With a standard offer of 20,000 points, the autograph card earns unlimited 3x points on restaurants, travel, gas stations, transit, streaming, and phone plans, and then 1x on everything else. What also sets the autograph card apart from other competitive no annual fee cards is the language revolving around travel with Wells Fargo. Taking a look at the fine print, Wells Fargo lists timeshare, auto rentals, cruise lines, travel agencies, discount travel sites, and campgrounds as travel, which is definitely ahead of its time within the credit card space. And because of that, we're sliding it into an A tier slot. And while we're spending the time to talk about Wells Fargo, another one-of-a-kind credit card that is the only card that allows you to pay rent without fees is the Built MasterCard. The card typically does not come with a sign-up bonus offer. I have seen one in the past where they offer a spending bonus for the first 5 days where you can earn 5x points on all purchases up to 50,000 bonus points. Not quite sure how accurate this is, as I personally never received an offer like that when I applied for the card, but the card offers 3x on dining, 2x on travel, and then 1x on rent payments for up to 100,000 points per year, which comes out to $8,333.33 per month in rent. The Built card does also have other interesting aspects like curated days called Rent Day that happen on the first of every month that can be a hit or miss depending on the month, a special menu of restaurants that might offer higher earnings multiplier than the typical 3x, and is a World Elite MasterCard. In terms of which tier the Built card belongs to, I'll slide it in as a solid B tier card, as there has been dramatic reductions into what the card has offered since its creation, and I can only continue seeing it dip lower and lower. 6 months ago, I would have put it in A tier. Although this next card, while looking almost identical to the Built card, but is probably one of the worst cards on the market today, only really brought up as a gag, and that's the Luxury Cards Black Card. Quoting from their website, the MasterCard Black Card is a $495 annual fee card that has no sign-up bonus offer aside from a 0% APR offer for 15 months. offers 2% value for airfare redemption, which means 50,000 points will get you a $1,000 ticket, and 1.5% value for cashback redemption. Comparing it to other cards on the market today, the black card states it's better than the Chase, American Express, and Capital One in airfare redemption rate, better than all three in cashback redemption rate, and weighs more than the Platinum, Venture X, or the Sapphire Reserve. Wait, now hold on a minute. They might be on trash tier. Another gag card that seems to get brought up alongside the luxury black card is the, you guessed it, the even more expensive 24 karat $995 annual fee gold card. Trash tier. Again, it weighs more than a Platinum, Venture X, or the Sapphire Reserve. And while we're at it, just for fun, let's slap the Titanium card in there too. I didn't even know this card existed until I looked the other two cards up for information. But back to being serious, since we talked about the fake gold card, let's talk about the legitimate one, and that's the American Express gold card. Recently revamped, the once $250 annual fee gold card is now $325 annually, with a sign-up bonus offer that usually hovers around 60 to 90,000 points. The gold card is the workhorse credit card within the American Express credit card ecosystem. Workhorse meaning the card that will do the most heavy lifting to earn you the most points possible. Similar to the Chase Freedom Flex for the Chase ecosystem. The gold card earns 4x on dining worldwide for up to $50,000 per year, 4x on groceries in the US up to $25,000 per year, 3x on flights booked directly with the airline or through AmericanExpressTravel.com, 2x on prepaid hotels and other travel purchases, and then 1x on everything else. The card also comes with $400 in value, which comes in the form of a Resi credit, Uber Cash credit, Dunkin' credit, and a dining credit. Now with any card, it really depends on the current lifestyle you live to really be able to understand how much value a card like the gold card can provide you. While it might be like the perfect card to some, it unfortunately might not be worth it for others. Overall, however, the gold card is still a very solid card, even after all of the revamping it did over the past year. And because of how valuable membership reward points are and how much additional value you can get out of the gold card aside from the credits, I was originally leaning towards B tier, but I'll put it as a solid A tier card. Now, we couldn't possibly talk about the gold card and not mention possibly the most talked about and popular credit card within this space, the Platinum card, which I'm sliding immediately into the B tier slot. Why? Because it's simply not a card that I can comfortably recommend for everyone. First off, the Platinum card has an expensive annual fee of $695. While yes, any card with a solid welcome bonus offer is going to be worth it in the first year, I prefer to not think about the headache of using what most people call the coupon book card. Marketed as a premium travel card, but more decidedly the benefits and features card, the card forces you to ignore the measly earnings potential and rather focus on what it offers as perks. Over $1,500 worth of credits and benefits that I cannot guarantee you'll be able to comfortably use, and perks that only high earners and high spenders can reasonably benefit from. The Platinum card, while the poster child within the credit card space, can only be rated as a B tier card. Now, a card, or actually a class of cards that won't cause any headaches and really serve one single purpose, are what I like to call catch-all credit cards, and we'll use the Chase Freedom Unlimited as the representative for these cards. And these cards are cards that typically have a 1.5% to 2% earnings multiplier for all purchases you'll ever spend with the card. What again makes the Venture X so special is that not only does it earn premium earning in travel categories, but it also doubles as a catch-all credit card. Now typically catch-all credit cards like the Chase Freedom Unlimited are no annual fee cards that have sign-up bonus offers hovering around $200 cash back or 20,000 points in their respective credit card currency, and will offer 1.5 to 2% back. Since I'm someone who prefers for my cards to be simple to use and to really be the one working for me, it's also a keeper card, a card that can stay on your credit report forever without causing you any stress. I'm sliding to Chase Freedom Unlimited, the representative of all catch-all credit cards in the C tier. Catch-all cards are great cards, but judging by the list so far, there are plenty of cards that can offer more value. However, the US Bank Smartly Visa Signature card might be one of the best catch-all credit cards the market has offered yet, because not only does it offer an unlimited 2% back on every purchase while being the typical no annual fee card, but when combined with a US Bank Smartly savings account, you could earn up to an additional 2% back. Breaking it down, you could earn 2.5% with a savings balance between $5,000 and $49,999, 3% with $50,000 to $99,999, and 4% on every purchase with a qualifying balance of over $100,000. Obviously, $100,000 or more in a savings account is going to be a tough number to hit for most, but having a reliable 2.5% card with $5,000 in a savings account is very doable. I am going to slot this brand new card into the same tier as other catch-all credit cards, but it does have the potential to be one of the best cards ever if you're rich. Now, one category of cards that gets talked about often that I haven't yet brought up in this video are hotel credit cards. When comparing them to the other major co-branded network of cards, airline credit cards, they are leagues above them. But even in the hotel co-branded space, there are cards that are better and there are cards that are worse. And we're going to talk about our first member of the D tier, and that's the World of Hyatt card, who I'm personally not really that big of a fan on. I think there are better cards out there. Yes, the value of Hyatt points are higher than any other hotel chain out there, but at the same time, the card itself does not offer that much. Typically, the sign-up bonus offer will be between 30,000 to 60,000 points and does cost $95 every year to own. You do get a free night award voucher, which is good for only category 1 through 4 hotels. You do also earn 4 additional points by having the card on top of the 5 base points earned by being a World of Hyatt member, plus 2x on dining, airline tickets, gym memberships, and transit. You also get complimentary Discoverist status, which is in reality only one status higher than being a general member. It's just not a card that I think is worth it to get, even if you're a Hyatt loyalist. 2 hotel cards that I do think are worth getting are the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant and the Ritz-Carlton card, which is a card that you can actually no longer get the traditional way. For the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant, it's a $650 annual fee card that can really vary in its sign-up offer, with either a points offer or sometimes they offer of 5 free nights. For benefits, it has a $300 dining credit, which will help reduce the effective annual fee a bit, a free night award voucher for hotels valued at 85,000 points or less, which can get some amazing value. Marriott Bonvoy Platinum Elite status. Being in this tier means upgraded rooms, gift choices, 50% more points earned on stays, and more, as well as other valuable benefits and perks that are geared towards Marriott loyalists. But like always, since co-branded hotel credit cards are generally for those that are extremely loyal to a specific program, not everyone is going to benefit from the card in the specific way the card is offered. So we're going to slide the card into B tier, and additionally also slide a Ritz-Carlton card there as well for the same reason. But for the Ritz-Carlton card, it's going to be a bit harder to get this card due to the fact that you cannot apply for this card straight up anymore. The only way to get this elusive card is by product changing one of the existing Marriott products into it. Grandfathered in, the Ritz-Carlton card then does not have a sign-up bonus offer, but earns similarly to the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant. Additionally, it offers a $300 annual airline incidental fee credit to help cut down the $450 annual fee by more than 50%, as well as offer access to Chase Sapphire lounges, which is currently only accessible if you have the more expensive Chase Sapphire Reserve card, which has a $550 annual fee, or the JP Morgan Reserve, which, let's be honest, no one watching this video really has. And also offers the free night credit for hotels valued at 85,000 points or below, with the option to add up to 15,000 points to increase the value to 100,000 point hotel night stays. But like always, since co-branded hotel credit cards are generally for those that are extremely loyal to that specific program, we're gonna slide it into B tier. And obviously we can't talk about Marriott without talking about its competitor Hilton and the Hilton Aspire card, which is probably the most popular hotel credit card talked about. The Hilton card is a $550 annual fee card that currently has an elevated sign-up bonus offer of 175,000 points. Typically, this offer will range between 100,000 and 150,000 points. Aside from offering a ton of credits and benefits that could potentially eliminate the annual fee in total and have the card pay you for owning the card, the main draw of the Aspire card is one key benefit, and that's the complimentary diamond status, which is the highest tiered status that can be earned from a Hilton credit card. And the value of diamond status can differ depending on where you are. While not as valuable within the States, there's a ton of evidence that the value elsewhere in places like Asia and Europe are immense. Plus, you get a free night award voucher that isn't really capped like other hotel chains are, but rather just has a restricted list of about 100 or so hotels around the world. Given that Hilton has over 7,500 hotels worldwide, missing out on about 100 isn't a big deal to me. But again, like always, since co-branded hotel credit cards are generally for those that are extremely loyal to that specific program, we're going to be sliding that card into the B tier. Next, we've talked about the Capital One Venture X and the Platinum card. One of the most talked about comparisons is comparing these two cards to the other most popular premium travel credit card, and that's the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Remember when I said that the Platinum card was marketed as a premium travel card, but more decidedly the benefits and features card? The Chase Sapphire Reserve is marketed as a premium travel card and is a premium travel card. It has a $550 annual fee with a typical 60,000 point offer. It has a $300 annual travel credit that helps shave more than 50% of the annual fee. It earns 5x on travel via Chase's travel portal, 10x on hotels and car rentals via the portal, 3x on dining and other travel worldwide, 10x on Chase dining, and then 1x on everything else. And while offering the same priority pass that is offered by most premium travel cards, the CSR also has access to the fastest growing network of Chase exclusive lounges, comparable to American Express's Centurion Lounge network. I mean, have you seen the lounge in LaGuardia? Let's slide the Chase Sapphire Reserve into A tier. I could go on for days putting cards into different tiers, but at the end of the day, my biggest recommendation is that people only get cards that make sense to you. Yes, all of the cards talked about in this video are cards that get talked about a lot, but it doesn't mean that any of these cards will suit your own lifestyle. Like always, please do your own research and what gives out the most value possible. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay safe out there, everybody. Peace. For those that are new to the channel, hi, my name is Eric. I generally talk about everything credit card related. The goal for this channel is to provide informational and meaningful financial related content that everyone everywhere can enjoy. So again, if you'd like to support that dream, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And with that all being said, thank you for watching. As always, stay safe out there, everybody. Peace.